Hi, I'm Courtney Solstice. I'm from Devens, Massachusetts, and I have my testimony right here. It's a little long, so I thought that typing it would keep me from being super long, rambling, and confusing. Sorry if such is not the case. So, I was brought up in a Christian home and had never known of another lifestyle besides one that abided by the Christian faith. In 5th grade, I was baptized and continued to live my life as I perceived a Christian should. What I didn't realize is I looked Christian on the outside, but in the inside I was still struggling with worldly desires, fears, and values. When high school came around, I was looking for belonging in that of a secular manner. I was pursuing the attention of man, but I wasn't getting it. I worked my butt off while seeking significance within my grades, looks, possessions, and prestigious abilities. I hoped being super smart and having a high GPA would guarantee me praise and popularity. However, I ended up implementing immense stress on myself, of which caused my body to begin shutting down. The drastic stress I put myself under initiated the deterioration of my digestive system. My colon had rips in it, and therefore food not completely digested entered my bloodstream. I had parasites living in my small intestine, and I was unable to expel stool. Since my digestive system was not operating correctly, my body didn't receive necessary nutrients. Therefore, I lost 30 pounds and my heart rate dropped to 36 beats per minute, which is crazy. And I lost most of my physical abilities, including my ability to walk. The doctors couldn't explain what was wrong, and there I was, dying. Thankfully, a family friend was very knowledgeable in the practice of natural remedies. He discovered the dietary medication prescribed to help me digest as efficiently as possible was not in fact helping me, and instead my body was having a deadly allergic reaction to it. After immense damage, our family friend sought to get me well through 30 pills a day to replenish the scarcity of vitamins and minerals in my body, and a special diet composed of select meats and vegetables to kill the parasites and mend the tears in my gut. As I gained my strength back, my father would lift me to my feet and shuffle his feet in accordance to my foot movements in order to help me regain my ability to walk. And in a few weeks, I was better than I had been 3 weeks prior. However, my body began to reject the food I was eating, and the parasite die-off released chemicals that caused immense headaches, fevers, respiratory issues, and brain cells to die. I was feeling awful. I lost an additional 15 pounds. I never was angry at God for what was happening to me, and instead I immersed myself in Scripture, searching for answers on how I could attain complete healing. And in this process, one Scripture particularly stood out to me. Mark chapter 9, verses 19 through 29. This passage led me to believe I couldn't be given healing in a matter solely between God and myself, but he wanted me to go somewhere folks blessed with the gift of healing utilize their God-given ability. Well, my weak self and my mother went to a healing conference in Georgia called Be in Health, where I was introduced to the connection between spirit, soul, and body. My judgmental, critical mannerisms caused me to put incredible stress on myself to fit my own strict, unhuman standards. It was a wonderful experience, and I learned so much. It was during this conference I realized I had been asking for the praise of man, not God. Also, because I was so wrapped up in my studies, I didn't take the time to sit in the presence of God and feel his everlasting love and acceptance wash over me. In Georgia, I confessed my sins, gave my worries to God, and immediately all my symptoms were healed. Now I even have x-rays to prove it. I now am sure to live out my days for God and God only. Reading scriptures and doing devotionals isn't what having a relationship with God is, though it is a part of it. I now know I must listen to God like a friend listens to another. I do what he asks. I live for his eyes. He is my best friend and my greatest, most important source of belonging. Today, I can eat whatever I want. I do not have to feed myself and parasites, and I am aware of when I am too stressed, and after coming to this realization, I bow my head and turn to God. I am full of joy and feel unconditional acceptance despite not living in accordance to my previous unhuman standards. I'm a wildlife leader and will be serving as a young life leader this summer in July at League Champion. Thank you so much for listening.